What it do? Oh wait, that was Travis's
You
intro. My
fucking
bad,
stole
guys.
my fucking intro, you piece of shit. We're gonna be talking about haters, way to live your life, getting out of the hood as far as me per se, because I'm the only one in the hood, and then what's in the future
For both of us.
for both of us, man. The horizon, the one that we're trying to fucking set our goal on to get there. Man, do you have any other takes for this section?
As far as right now, I don't. But who knows? My
We'll get
ADHD
into it.
my ADHD may kick in, and I may end up thinking of some exotic fucking type of shit. Who
Yeah,
knows?
females. Oh,
Oh shit! Oh,
hey, all right. Back to the intro.
okay.
I had to fucking plug that shit in there because I thought it was funny.
But yeah, let's go be like, what the fuck did you say?
Did you say bitch?
Females?
Porque sí.
Females?
Porque no?
You're stupid. Yeah, how many videos have we made?
I think this will be like number 5, dude. Honestly, I'm gonna do a lot of editing tomorrow. I'll probably be able to like whip out 3 of them, post date them, because
Wait, I don't even know if I got on Splitgate today to just fucking accept my shit.
I only got 2 of them. The challenge is done for daily, but so the other one's Tuesday, so I'll post whatever first one is first because it had the date on for today. But the first one will be, I'll go ahead and post it Wednesday, and then the next one will be, I'll go ahead and just do Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Bro, I
That's
love
4.
this camera, but I hate how it shows that fucking.
And the next one will be, it
Fireplace.
should show clears afterwards though. And then the next one will be the after the Saturday will be the Tuesday. And I'll just post my regular shit after every episode.
Oh no, I did.
Because I got all the episodes, because like right now it's on episode 23, or 22, 23. And then everything from 17 to 23 will be posted within this week till Tuesday. And it'll kind of go in between all that shit.
Do one Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Monday. Just
Yo,
like
what's
that.
up, man? So we have kind of like a 4-part fucking podcast today, and I cut off Manny because he's a bitch. Anyway, so we're gonna talk about some haters, man. We're gonna talk about some shit, the way that we need to fucking boost our lives, live our lives the way that we're doing.
So in other words, we're about to talk about Travis being a hater.
Yeah, and then getting out of the hood, man. That's pretty much just my fucking topic. And then what we're gonna do in the future, man. So, all right, so we're gonna start off with haters, man, because the one thing I have is nothing but haters. And don't get me wrong, anything is a fucking hater, dude. It can come from where you work from, and they can even have the best aspect or best look at you as far as what you're doing. But because that they're stuck at what they're doing, man, they're going to be haters, man. It just kind of is what it is. Some people will convert into helping you or being there for you or doing whatever, but then others just kind of continue what they're doing. As far as me wise, I don't have haters from like high school or nothing like that because I don't really talk to nobody. But as far as work, and I think you would remember when I started my podcast, up until like a couple of videos that we did, and after that, we always had haters, man. The second we got to the work, man, we just get hated on for doing podcasts, period. And I think that just comes from not knowing or not being there as far as like people being integrated with the podcast. And I don't think they have any hardships from it. But I think it was just kind of like what they would kind of project off because like we always talk shit when we go to the office. I think that's just what kind of like they did. But at some time, I think there's just a slight haterism from that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like everyone's always gonna have their opinions of everything, and they're just like, I don't know, like.
Let me ask you, did you have any haters whenever you started your whenever you did like the vlogging stuff and everything like that?
I mean, I had some people be like, bro, why are you doing that? Like, why, like, are you putting yourself out there? Like, don't you feel fucking weird and shit? I'm just like,
Yeah.
no. I'm like, you know my personality. You know who I am. I'm like, I'm just being me, just fucking recording. Like, And this is actually what I forgot to talk about. So the
Yeah.
reason why I started doing the YouTube was, I think it was right after my cousin passed away,
Yeah.
and it's
Okay.
more for me to have like the memories of the family that I'm with.
Together.
Yes, and like
Yeah.
anytime we hang out and everything. And it's more because I want them to have the memories if like any of us were ever to pass away and we wanted to hear their voice or anything like that,
Yeah.
but they could just go
Hmm.
back to my videos and they would
Well,
be able to
some
hear
people
them,
don't get
see
that shit.
them, and things like that. But
Yeah.
like for me, that's what my goal was. And
Yeah.
then like the more I started doing it, and this is what I forgot to even talk about because it went blank, but
Yeah.
like I started going through my depression stage all over again,
Hmm.
and at that time I just cut everything that I was doing out. I
Yeah.
started drinking more, started going out more, and
I tell you one
all
thing
that.
though, the main thing that nobody talks about, and this is not in movies, this is not in YouTube videos, it's not in nothing. I mean, it's probably in YouTube videos, but it's something that you're never probably going to see. Men go in depression more than you think. I've been in depression. I've been in depression from my first wife to now to everything that's going on, and literally because, and I've said this in the past, and I've said this to you, and I've said this to everything. Men are logical thinkers, right? And women are emotional thinkers. It's just how it is. They deal with their emotions in a certain way. We deal with our emotions as far as setting it to the curb and continue on what we're doing because it's a logical thing of thinking, right? So we're going to continue working because that's what we need to do to provide. It's another far as logical thinking. We're going to put that to the side because we know that that's going to hurt us as far as how we think and how we're going to develop and proceed to what we're doing as far as our job, and it's going to hurt our job. So we continue to do that, and that's literally just the way we are, right? And I've told this to Mariela, I told this to her mother, and everything like that. It's like, yo, I'm a logical thinker. This is why I don't show emotion. This is the reason why I don't do certain things. Why I don't, you know, profess my depression in a certain way. Dude, have I had depression? Obviously, you will know from this entire experience I've been through. Yes, I've had depression, but you as well as I know, I've dealt in a very great way because I just know to push on. Fuck it, it'll get better. That's the type of mentality that we deal with and how we think. You know what I mean? And even when it comes to people dying in our lives, man, we know that it hurts. We know that we can't deal with it in a certain way, but we progress, we move on, and we continue on what we need to do for our current family that's dealing, what we're dealing with at that time. You know what I mean? And it's definitely hard, dude. No matter what aspect you look at it in certain type of ways or certain type of statistics or anything like that, it's still hard no matter what you call it, man. Whether it's the woman's side, it's hard as fuck. Men's side, it's hard as fuck. We just deal with it in a different way that women do. And the same with hatred too, man. When you got women hating on each other, they'll hate on each other for fucking ever, dude. But when guys hate on each other, man, yeah, I mean, we've had times where we've hated on each other, man. We get it over that fucking second, and then we're playing games that night. You know what I mean? Like we deal with that shit then, and we get it over with, and then we're back to fucking normal.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. Like whenever it
Yeah,
comes to me and you, we just talk shit. We're like, well, fuck you, and then we just fucking like stop talking for like the rest of the day
yeah. Why do you think I make sure
until
that
like at night.
whenever we end the call, I'm like, all right, man, we'll see, we'll talk to you later, or whatever, and I'll be like, bitch, go ahead and
And
get
then I
those
reply
fucking
back with,
aggressive.
"Oh."
Yeah,
Every
go
single
ahead,
time, it's always the same shit, bitch.
yeah.
Oh,
Go ahead and get those aggressive languages out the way. That way, the next time when you call or I call or anything like that, when we're trying to set up for a game, we're trying to set up for a podcast or anything like that, it's like, hey, what's up, man? I ain't talked to you in forever. When literally I
yeah.
just called you a bitch earlier, you called me a hoe earlier. It's just kind of is what it is, man. All right. So another thing that I want to talk about, man, is how are you doing your life? Now we both know we talked about it on the podcast as far as you and Fairy, right? How are you doing your life different from Fairy when you had that epidemic, the episode, or anything like that, compared to what you're doing now?
So now I am basically in that mindset where I'm more focused about myself to
Yeah,
where Like I even told Fairy this
Has
when
she
we
has
worked
she
together.
contacted you recently?
No,
Yeah,
she has me blocked on everything. She doesn't
good.
talk to me or anything. Um, but
On a
that's the
side
whole.
note,
Yeah.
on a side note, I almost feel like now I know what y'all go through. I'm not going to know the fullest extent because just like I would expect you to do the same, I would do the same as well. As I'm gonna keep certain things kind of to ourselves between me and my woman. You're going to keep certain things between you and her. It's expected. It's going to happen. Um, Now, would it be better if I shared with you and you share with me, and we can actually get a full aspect of things? Yeah, but that's the way of being a man, man. You think logically. It's like, yo, do I want to say this shit? Because I know what needs to happen. I don't need to hear it again. You know, that's how we think. Um, Now, do I like that y'all ain't talking?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I
You
fucking
tell
don't
me
like
this
that.
all the fucking time.
Dude, all the fucking time, dude, because she's more toxic than we are. And when I say that we are, is we're toxic in a funny way, she's toxic in a hurtful way. Because there's two different types of toxic. There's a good toxic and there's a bad toxic. Toxic in a good way is how we deal with each other and how we joke around, kid around, and everything like that. There's a bad toxic and how it actually physically hurts you, mentally hurts you, and everything like that. And that's what she has. And that's what I've seen literally day one or day two, day three, or whatever it was. I told you, I said, bro, this is how she is. She seems like this, and I'm telling you, this is what's going to happen. And I told you that like day two or something like that of actually meeting her, because I didn't tell you at first because I didn't know her. I don't ever pass a judgment on somebody that I don't know or I haven't met yet. But when I met her at that fucking restaurant, dude, I said, "Hey, man, this is how she is. This is what she's gonna do, and this is how she's gonna do it." And you know, in everything, it takes you personally because
Wait, what
I can't run
restaurant?
your life. The the one you worked at, the hookah place. The
Oh, that's right. You did go there with me.
yeah. The second the you told me about her like a day or two before, and then I met her like
Yes.
2 or 3 days
Like 2 or
after or
3 days
some shit.
later.
Yeah, because we were working out of Smyrna, I think it was,
Yes. Yeah.
and we
Oh,
went
that
up
was that day
there.
that we had that shitty ass installation job.
Oh yes, perfect.
Yes.
Yes, the fucking
Yes.
shitty installation job that fucking Nick Parker.
Fucking.
If you can go look up Nick Nick Parker Parker out of was it Dallas or Marietta? Where if you want to look it up by city, add him as a friend, and after you add him as a friend because he can't delete you or block you after a certain amount of time, go tell him fuck you. Okay, he sold that fucking job. Me and Manny spent 3 separate days on that fucking job. Fuck you, dude. You and it hasn't stopped since. You still sell bullshit for fucking Arrow. And I'm sorry, Arrow. I love you. I love you as a company and everything like that. But him as a salesman is just like Ron as a salesman, and it's a reason why we got rid of him and we sent him up north because we could not deal with him no more. He's the same way. I love Arrow and I love how they work and I love everything about them, man. You know what I mean? There's certain things that we deal with as a company that we need to deal with together, but him as a person, as a salesman, I could do way better. I'm gonna stare at you for 5 seconds. I could do way better. There's no way you sell shit. Dude, there was even times, and I'm getting off track. Let me say one more thing. There's even times where I had literally Manny, you were on the job with us. Me, you, and Kyle. I had to trim hedges.
Oh, yes. The one right here in Mableton.
In fucking Mapleton.
Oh,
I
my
had
God.
to borrow his personal trim or hedge trimmer. And guess what he said, Manny? Guess what he said?
What?
Don't fuck it up or you're going to have to pay for it.
Why you?
Why the fuck would you even let me use it if you thought I was going to fuck it up? To get your money for the job you sold, you should have just gave it to me and didn't say shit. Because I was already mad at you for selling us. And you and Kyle already rescheduled the job because of why, Manny? because they didn't trim their fucking hedges like they were supposed to in the contract.
True.
So he said, don't worry about it. We'll do it anyways. No, that's not how that works, man. Your house is fucked up because of you. You let it get that way. I don't care what age you are. I don't. You have a son or grandson or something like that can come by and trim that away. If you don't want to pay for it from another third-party company, just do it. There's no reason for you to sell that shit and make us do it. We're there to seal the house up for rats, not do landscaping. If we were, me and Manny would be on the front lines just doing landscaping all day. And if they want to do that and progress into that fucking type of business, dude, I'll be on for it because grass cutting is the easiest thing there is. You know what I mean?
Go Beaners.
Go Beaners, dude. But anyways, on sidetrack, I even forgot what I was talking about because I'm so pissed at Nick. I'm so mad at Nick for that stupid shit. But anyways,
we were talking about like how, I guess, what would it be like how I've been, I guess.
That's right. Yeah. Fuck Ferret too. Ferret, if you're listening or if you ever become a listener, fuck you, bro. Let's give 5 seconds for her too as well. Fuck you, bro. Anyways, yeah, she was not a good aspiration to your life to move forward at all, dude. The only thing that so I'd be happy for you that you were getting some pussy, man. That's like a bro thing. You know what I mean? I'm glad you're getting some pussy, man, because that's the one thing that men need to feel good about themselves. It's getting pussy. Now, whether it's your wife and it's a long-term pussy, or you're getting from an ex-wife, or you're getting from an ex-girlfriend, a new girlfriend, a side piece, whatever it is, you need to be getting that because that's going to make your life way better. It's just statistically proven that men will act better after they get some coochie. I mean, that's what it is. And I would feel good that Manny got his, lump sum of whatever he got. But at the same time, I could see his face afterwards of how tired he was, how drawn out he was. And then even after the fact of him getting that, they would argue and fight and do all this other stuff. And I could see it on him, even though he wouldn't tell me. I could see that shit because I've been through it. I know what it is. I mean, I see, because that's how I act. You know what I mean? That any man acts is they act a certain way after that shit happens, man. They feel depressed. They feel lonesome. They feel everything, man. Even if you just got some, even if you just were with her, that's literally how it feels, man. And that was definitely not a good look. That was definitely not a good aspiration, or not even aspiration. It was definitely not a good scenario for you to be in. You are now listening to Sports Plus Life with your host, Big Trav. Stay tuned.
Yeah, no, but at that point, like I had told her that I wanted to try and get into security, but like I forgot who it was I was telling, but I was telling them that whenever I wanted to actually do that, I didn't actually take that step forward to try and actually do security because I was over here trying to make sure it was going to work between us. Like I was putting in my all to try and make sure that it worked between us, to the point where
you were lessening your goals in order to try to provide for the goal that just happened.
Yeah, like I was trying to make sure that everything was going to be good between me and her, and that I was going to have enough time to be able to spend with her. So because of that, I didn't take that step forward. Like my friend Alan, which I fucking love him. He's been there for me, like through everything. He's always helped me out. He's always at my back and everything.
Yeah,
and
you got your friends like that. Yeah,
he even told me multiple times. He's like, "Yo, you got to step away and focus on yourself." But at the time, I was more focused on I was blindsided at the point where I'm trying to make sure it works out between me and her, to where it's gonna benefit me in the long run, but in the long term, it ended up making things worse, and like it was short term, And short term, it ended up making it worse to where I wasn't moving forward.
Yeah.
I was
Stuck.
like, every step I took forward, I kept going 2 steps back.
Yeah.
So I was always staying in the same spot. Like, I wasn't moving forward at all. And because of that, I never took the step forward to actually go do security.
Yeah.
Now that I'm not with her, I finally took that step forward.
To do
Because of
more
that,
things to benefit your personal life. Yeah.
because of that, me and my friend Alan, we ended up getting he ended up being able to get out of the contract with the other dude and ended up getting the full-time contract for the Atlanta Coliseum. So like, anytime there's going to be a concert there, they're going to call him, he's going to call me, and then he's going to call the other dudes, and he's going to get us to go take care of the concerts. And it got to the point where he was doing security for this one artist, and he's a good Latin artist, and he came to Atlanta. He did a concert, and my friend Alan ended up having to do personal security guard for him.
Yeah.
He ended up getting cool with the managers and the managers and like all their dudes, to the point where that picture that we posted on Instagram that I posted, his manager ended up messaging him saying, "Hey, these are the dudes that I want whenever we go back to the A." So it got to the point where even his dudes are like, I want y'all for to basically be the security guards whenever he comes.
Yeah.
And because of that, it's giving us even more stuff, more clout, more opportunities. It's like,
to grow and progress.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like, it's getting us out there. And then like, it's like if the whole situation between me and her didn't happen, then I would not be in this situation right now. I wouldn't be taking the steps forward.
Well, see, the other thing I look at, and I'll make 2 points. The one thing is if you would have been done with her the first time, like I told you to be done with her after you, which I don't know if it was the first time, but the time you told me y'all were done, you could have did that then. You could have been in a better opportunity to be a partnership or invest money or do whatever at that point, take out loans or whatever, and be like, yo, I'm gonna invest. I was able to get 15, 20 grand. Let me invest this into this company, and then we'll be partners and do this or whatever, and we'll split everything, and we'll make this fucking crazily good and whatever. Another point is that at the same time, even at now, you're at that position. I mean, like it kind of goes back to where you could have did it then at the same time, but now you're trying to backtrack, and it's not like a point to where you're trying like in what I just said, but it's more of like you're trying to backtrack now to get where you need to be, and I think that's what. And it's not just you; it's wrong with me as well. When I'm talking
to
about
be instead of where I should be right now.
Yeah. So it's kind of like the same point. And Mariela is very supportive in anything I do, right? So it's not the same point with her. But as far as like my ex, dude, if I wasn't making money then, it wasn't worth her time. So she would almost force me to do shit or force me to go to a certain job that I didn't like or didn't want to be in. You know what I mean? At least now with you can kind of go towards that job that you want to be in, go towards the aspiration of being a business owner or, a partnership or whatever it is that you're going to venture into to be something like that. I didn't have that back then. So it's almost a good thing both ways, whether it was later that y'all finally quit, but it's actually a bad thing then too, because you could have started earlier. And then now that y'all did get gone, it's like now you can actually proceed with better ventures in life than back then when you didn't really have an option. You know what I mean? And I mean, it's kind of is what it is, man. But on another note of being a security guard, they actually need security guards in the hood as well, and that's more of my topic right here.
This is where this topic just goes straight to Travis, and I have probably just one or two inputs if it relates to me in any way.
Exactly.
And it won't.
You are now listening to Sports Plus Life with your host, Big Trav. Stay tuned. All right, man. So right now we're kind of in the hood, man. I wouldn't say it's the full hood aspect. I've been in that per se environment, and I know where I come from. I know all that kind of stuff. This is kind of like the low grade portion of it. But, you know, when I'm sitting here doing these podcasts, man, I can hear people in the background, people coming up the hallways, because literally the hallway is literally right behind me. That the stairs kind of come up towards my building, and then I can hear everything. And, you know, it's just something that I want to fucking kind of get out of, man. It's a pain in the ass to live here. And it wasn't before just because I'm doing the podcast now, but it's kind of like one of the things where I just need to fucking get out, man. And I got insights to what I want to do in my life and where I want to be. But at the same time, it's like I can't do nothing until I get my credit score right. So the first thing I'm going to tell y'all, man, is get your fucking credit score right. If you're going to do bankruptcy, get everything you need to fucking do before bankruptcy and then do it. Because right now, with what I have going on and what I need to do, man, it's hell and high water just to try to make it happen. And I've even thought about moving my mother into a house with me. You know, she split the rent, I split the rent, somebody else splits the rent, and then we fucking just get like a 4 or 5 bedroom house in a nice ass neighborhood with a fucking community pool, and we can just do all kind of shit. Which is a fucking, you know, like a goddamn, you know, aspiration of mine or a thing where I can think about, and it'd be great, man. But, you know, also I have to think about what I can do to improve the podcast too, man. So it's not bad that it's here, man. It's just there's so much shit going on. And even at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, man, you hear people outside doing shit, drug deals going down. Man, I've seen it myself, man. It just kind of is what it is. I ain't no snitch. I ain't gonna snitch on nobody, man. Their life is their life. And whatever they want to do with it, man, they're gonna do with it. But as far as me, man, I need to get out. I need to get out of this area, man. And it's great because it's right next to the school, but it's not great because it's it's just one of them areas, man. It's one of them apartment complexes that everybody just goes to because it's the cheapest complex around. And to literally get in here, you got to be, you know, in a list, man. So it's great to be here. It's great to have a 3-bedroom apartment complex by myself with just me and my daughter. And if my wife was here, then we'd have her 2 sons plus our son, and then we would be great and well off to do whatever we needed to do, man. But that's just one of the things, man. It's just getting a house, man, which is way more important and way harder to try to get than anything else. Apartment, man, you can have whatever kind of credit score, as long as you got that down payment and you got that first month's, last month's rent and everything like that. Whatever you need to secure that fucking apartment, it's yours. They don't care. They're good with turnovers. But as far as a house, mainly it's, you know, personally owned, and they're going through a management company that wants somebody there for 2, 3 years, 5 years, 6 years, whatever it is. So that's the thing we're trying to go towards next, man. But one of the things I want to get at, man, is what's on the horizon for the future, man. And I have some things of my aspirations and my projections of where I want this to go and what I want to be, man. But I kind of want to see what Manny has in store because he's going through his own things right now. And we work for the same company. But as you work for a company and you work for this, you want to go on your own. You want to do your own thing. You want to create your own business. You want to create a wellness for yourself to where you don't have to answer to nobody. You don't have to do anything like that. You're just building your dreams, building your life, and you're going on from that. So, Manny, what I have to ask you is what's in line for your future, man?
So it's right as far as right now, I have one thing in mind, which will probably end up being like multiple things now that we've had different conversations as well. But as far as right now, my plan is learning how to do security. Once I get the hang of it, try and branch off and start my own business with security.
Your own company?
Once I get my own company and get you to come on, and from there just basically have my own security, have my own people, to the point where I'm going to be able to not have to work, but still like be able to manage them,
Yeah.
have people working for me,
Yeah.
and have my business just growing from there. Um, and then on the other notes, like helping you out with the podcast, starting up the podcast, and then doing the YouTube as well, and just having those as little side gigs. It's just fun. But
Yeah.
hopefully, if it by any chance it does happen to pop off, have those as well. But
Yeah.
my goal for right now is trying to start up my own security business.
Yeah, so that's the main thing, man. If you have your own business, you're always willing to have more freedom, but at the same time, you're going to have more headache as well. So it's the real thing about that is just managing the time between the headaches and the downfalls and the highs and everything like that in between. Now, as far as a security company, man, the main thing, the only things you really got to worry about, because as long as you make people pay for their own gear and do all that kind of stuff, man, it's just getting jobs. As long as you get the
Yeah,
jobs.
yeah. All you got to do is basically worry about getting jobs. Well, the contracts to where it's going to be a steady,
Yeah.
consistent.
Flow for people, your
Yeah,
workers, everything like that.
the making sure the workers are going to have their pay, and just making sure that they're good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's the
it's
main
not
thing.
really as much as like a full fucking business, a full
Yeah,
company.
we gotta have ladders or
Yeah,
trucks or anything like that. Yeah, man. Because I think with security, man, it's mainly as long as your people can get there, as long as they can do their job while they're there. I mean, that's mainly it, man. And I think most security jobs are mainly side hustles for a lot of people. I think they have a
yeah,
regular job and then they do that kind of on the side to make a little bit more extra bread, $200, $300 extra a month to be able to feed or clothe or do whatever they need to do for their kids or spouses or anything like that. So, I mean, as far as, having a business in that, as long as you're, I'm going to say keeping most of them from, but as long as you're making your money to supply your lifeline and then, giving out whatever you can to these certain individuals to where they can still have certain money, everything's kind of kosher, everything's kind of good. Because, I mean, literally, they're going there to mainly stand around. That's literally all they're doing.
yeah,
And if they got to kick somebody out, they got to kick somebody out, but that takes 5 minutes.
yeah.
And in the time frame that they have to actually just sit around, I mean, they're sitting there for what, 5 to 10 hours, give or take, depending on the venue. I mean, you're making free money. Yeah, you're going to a venue to literally listen to music, party, chill, whatever it is for the main time of it, walk around, talk to people if they talk shit, and then whatever. So it's literally one of those jobs where it's free money, honestly, as long as you can get the contracts for it. And I mean, just kind of go from there, man. And then my aspirations or my overlook for one of the things I want to do, which I've talked to you about, and I think I've talked about on the podcast as well, is getting a in-house studio to do my podcast and everything like that, branching off. And the main thing with me is if I can literally collect three, let's say even 2,500 to $3,000 a month untaxed to fucking provide for myself or my family or anything like that, pay bills, dude, I'm literally gonna quit my job, man. It's just there's no reason for me to be in it if I can continue to progress and build more content and be that person that people listen to subscribe to and everything like that to progress my life, man. Because there's nothing worse, which I've talked about. There's nothing worse than working a backbreaking job for the rest of your life, man. And I don't physically see myself doing that. I mean, I do it now, right? I mean, you see me with the hair and I was like, but when I'm at work, Manny, do I not look like a bum? I mean, I go to work and I literally just put the clothes on they want me to put on, and I do the work to the T as far as their requirements and everything like that. And then I come home, man. That's literally all I do. But man, it's backbreaking work. It's you're working in the rain, the sun, the heat, the cold, everything like that, man. It's just not something that I see myself doing at 35, 40 years old, man. My thing is if I can literally just talk to y'all, man, inspire y'all, do whatever, man, have guests on and be entertaining and stuff like that. I think that's what I'm literally meant for in this life, man. And don't get me wrong, man, I'm a hard ass worker, man. I got Mexican genes in my body, but to me, man, with the way my mindset works is I know there's more out there, especially with how times are changing. There's more to get. And, I don't want to be on the back burner thinking, I wish I would have done this. I wish I could have did this and everything like that, man. So, that's my biggest aspirations for my life and my future, having an in-studio podcast and being able to have guests and good guests and rappers, artists, regular painters and stuff like that on the show to give y'all some just, aspects and inspirations of what y'all can do in life, man. And if I know if Manny ends up getting his fucking business running, I know everybody can do anything, man, because it's literally one of those things that you just literally have to get out there and do. That's it. Same with podcasting. You just got to get out there and do it. Same with anything, man. Any business, you just got to get out there and do it. And I've had a few businesses of my own that, did good and then they failed because of certain times or anything like that. And we just keep moving, man. We just keep going to the next thing. And when something works, man, we'll stick with it and keep going from there, man. You got any last words, Manny?
No, as far as right now, I think I'm good. Maybe and the previous videos or the next videos we end up making, I'll probably end up having more inputs on it.
Hell yeah, baby. Yeah, man. So y'all been great. Y'all been good, man. And I appreciate y'all listening to the end. Make sure y'all go check out that Patreon. Donate what you can, pledge what you can, $1, $20, $50, whatever it is you can kind of help out for the podcast. Much appreciated, man. Check out the description below to check out all my social medias, all the podcast platforms that I'm on and everything like that, man. Y'all been amazing, man. And we'll see y'all till next time. What's good, baby? Thanks for listening. Make sure you go like, subscribe, and follow my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, anything like that, man. Make sure y'all go ahead and click the link. Make sure y'all go ahead and follow up. Check out the next podcast coming up. Make sure y'all check in every day, every week. You never know when we're gonna post a new one. Yo, thanks for listening to Sports Plus Life. Your host, Big Trav. Appreciate everything. Make sure y'all go follow, like, subscribe on whatever website y'all are on right now. Leave some love, leave some comments. Stay tuned to the next one. Thanks for listening.